In this training series, we are going to show you how to apply for the different availabilities that have been posted by our pilot sites. We are now moving on to actually submitting for some of these availabilities. We're requesting some of these open slots on behalf of our students. And so in the screen now, I'm still on the Explore and Apply for Internship screen, and I have found my student's dream rotation in Tuscaloosa, Alabama with upstream rehab. If I want to know more about this specific internship, I can see that the discipline is physical therapy, the location is Tuscaloosa, and the dates that they are offering this rotation, only in the side screen I can see, is from May 29th, 2024 to December 29th, 2025. So if I click on that, it will show me some more information on this availability over here to the right-hand side. So again, I can see the discipline is physical therapy. I can see the specialties that are being offered. They have outpatient orthopedics and outpatient pelvic health. Again, this is the location. This is the address that it's at. No specific units, not in some big hospital system. And that's typically what that will be used for. Again, here's the date range. No specific due date that I need to submit this request by. And then the student year can be first, second, third year students. Again, internship name, this is just what they were calling it internally, and then no specific shifts. Onboarding requirements, I can read those here. And then over here on the right-hand side is where I actually will be submitting for my request. So the number of slots that I'm asking for, again, just making this up, but I am going to say that I have one student who needs to go on this rotation. I've got the start and end date. If I had students two students who needed to go on this rotation at the exact same time, I'm requesting multiple slots. I could also do this here. And a second is when we will get to requesting multiple slots with different due dates. So this number of slots for now, I'm going to select one. My start date that I'm looking for this rotation to start on, I'm looking for next year specifically. And this lucky student starts on January the 1st, 2025, and their rotation goes until February the 26th, 2025. If I have my student's profile or more information on the student, I can add that here. So this student is Brooke McIntosh. Their email is brookemcintosh@exxat.com. If I have the student's PRISM profile link, I can drop that in here. If you're a non-PRISM school, no need to add any information here. This is just a URL link. And then you can add student. If I had another one to add, I would do that here, but I'm just going to go ahead and hit save for now so that student's information is now tied. If you don't have that information, that's okay. You'll have the ability to be able to add that later if, whenever the site is requesting that information. And then I can come down here and hit apply. So you'll see that from this left-hand side, I can already see that there's a pending request here so that I know to not come back into this specific internship and make any additional requests specifically for that student. If I wanted to go ahead and send a message to the site, I could go ahead and do that here, telling them that my student is, this student is interested in XYZ. Great. And then you have to hit send message on this. You will see here that this, of course, I'm doing this from a test account, but your message to the site will show here. Again, this was requesting, however many slots I needed, but from a specific start and end date, not multiple students with different start date and end dates. If I needed to see that rotation, I can click on this view and track request. And if you see here that the site name is here, the location name is here, the discipline that I was requesting for, and then the date range in which I requested for is here. That one slot that I requested is also showing here. If while this is still in request pending, I can make edits to this. Once it goes into any of the other statuses, if it's being reviewed, or if it has already been approved. For now, you cannot make any edits to that. However, you can message the site if you have any, changes that you need to be able to make. Okay, so now we are on to the next group of students that I'm placing. So now I have a couple of students who are interested in the Omaha area. And as we talked about before, if you see a location with a plus beside it, that means that there are multiple locations that you could be applying for. So let's dive into that a little bit more. So I am looking at this rotation with ATI. I'm looking very specifically for the end of the year. So ATI, again, we have to make sure that we're checking the dates on these because they all may be a little bit different. ATI has decided that they are doing theirs, in two halves of the year. So I'm going to apply for this later half of the year. So I'm going to click on this one. And so what I can learn here is that the discipline is physical therapy, the specialty is outpatient orthopedics. The locations, these are the different locations that are all within, driving distance. These are in the region, the Bellevue, Nebraska region for ATI. These are the date ranges that this opportunity is available for. No specific student year, no due date. And then this is, again, the internship name. So if I have multiple students, who are interested in this region, what do I do? So this is currently a workaround. We will be, further enhancing, the multiple request at a specific location as the product continues to evolve. But for now, I would come in and I would say, okay, I want to request multiple slots at different time frames. So please enter it gives you a script here. Please enter the total number of slots above and provide the request details using the message to site section below. So utilizing this format. So I would do if and when I was ready to be able to make this request for multiple students is I would come up here, I would put the number of slots that I was looking for. I would enter the date range, the larger date range of what I'm looking for this group of students. So again, this may be from, let's say, August 1st, I'm going to have students coming, looking for different times through December 31st, whatever that may be. And then I would hit apply. I'm not going to do this because this is live and I don't want ATI to get that request. But here is where I would come in and I can select this format and copy and paste this. After I've hit apply, this would have already all shown up. I can come down and I can put this in the message to the site. So as many of these as I needed to. So again, whatever, this is my first request. Whatever number of slots that I needed, which date range I needed. Again, I would change this to request 2, however many slots I needed and from what date ranges. You can add any other additional information, that you have. If a student was looking for, they have ranked the, top 3 slots that or locations that they're interested in, you can put more information, but the minimum amount of information that you will need for this multiple date range request is going to be here in this template, and then you're going to want to hit send, and then all of that information will be shared with the site.